Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today for the 4th Alliance War video of Season 39. Today GT40 is facing D69. So these guys normally would not be like a major threat alliance, however this season they are doing extremely well. They've won all 3 of their first 3 wars and also beat JA last war with 5 deaths. So going into this we know that they are playing very serious this season and that we need a pretty good performance. So I've got 8 fights today, Team of Doom, Symbiote Supreme and Nick Fury. And Section 1, this first fight is going to be Hulkling on Node 2, using Dr. Doom here. And the plan for this fight is build up to my Special 3, get a knockdown, throw the Special 3 and then do quite a bit of damage while the Furies are both active. And I also want to throw the Special 3 when Hulkling is at low power because he is immune to Doom's power steal. So Special 3 does over 20%, which is a pretty significant amount. There we do unfortunately nullify the indestructible, which means that it goes into passive and lasts a lot longer. But yeah, we get him to about half health from that first cycle. He is going to be regenning a bit of that damage up, but it's nothing too significant. Here I just decide to go for the Special 3 anyway. The ebb and flow nodes are actually bugged right now, and Special 3s deal full damage even if protection is up. So as you can see, even with the protection up, that Special 3 does around 20% of Hulkling's health. Then I decide to just get the knockdown during the Special 3 stun. Here I go for a Special 2, but that was probably a mistake because the final 3 hits into his indestructible, which means that they do not really do any damage. I probably should have just rebuilt to a Special 3 and gone for the other knockdown and finished it that way. But yeah, as you can see, this is a very safe fight, it's just long. And this Special 3 should finish it off. So next up is going to be Mr. Negative, and he is on Ebb and Flow Knockdown and Heavy Hitter. So the plan for this fight is basically just going to be to mainly use special ones for knockdown, try and get the Disorient to just completely shut off the node. I've still got a Power Start 1 active from the previous fight, I believe. Didn't really know why I used it, I think it was just expiring. But yeah, this fight is about as simple as it gets. Mr. Negative is a tactic defender, so we are going to have that unsteady debuff on us whenever he uses a special. It's not really going to be a major issue. I think the ebb and flow nodes are also bugged for damage over time because Nick Fury's bleed there was hitting for 2.8k even with the protection active, which seems too high. Yeah, now with protection down it's still hitting for 2.8k, so I think ebb and flow is just bugged for Special 3 and damage over time. But yeah, as you can see, there really isn't anything to this fight. Pretty much no risk at all. And the only real reason that he's placed here was just to split options for Doom. Next up is America Chavez on Node 19. So this has ebb and flow knockdown, right back at it, and aggression prowess, I believe. Going to be using Dr. Doom here. I've got a White Magneto pre-fight from Murph, who was on Path 6. And yeah, this is a fight I've done many times before. Plan is basically just to not give her any opportunities to land a heavy, build up to a Special 3 and go for a single Fury cycle. If she does go for a heavy, if she finishes it, it's going to mean that I gain less ability power rate. So my power steal, I will still steal the same amount of power from America Chavez. However, I will not be gaining as much back. In this fight though, she does not go for any heavy attacks at all. And at this point the fight is over. Because of all the Knull bosses that I'm taking which absolutely require a Mystic boost, I decided not to use one for these Section 1 fights, even though I would have much preferred to have it active. But yeah, obviously as you can see it's not needed. These fights are all relatively simple. It just means that they take a little bit longer. So now we're moving into Section 2. This is on the second day of the war, and in this set of boosts I'm going to be getting the boss down. So I've got Mystic boosts active, I believe I've got 30% and everything. So pretty heavily boosted here. I believe at this point the war score was something like 2-1 or 3-1. So we had a lead, but it wasn't a massive one. This fight here is Cersei. She has a 200% prowess, which is permanently active, which basically just means if I get hit by a special it's gonna hurt more than it normally would. I don't think it would kill because Doom is Doom, but yeah, basically just don't get hit by a special. It also has return policy, so whenever I nullify or stagger a buff, she's going to get power, and I'm going to be doing that a fair bit in this fight. Pretty much every time the glancing comes off cooldown, I'm going to be throwing a heavy attack, staggering it, and I believe it also staggers a regen at the same time because it seems to be triggering the return policy node twice and giving her 120% power, 120% of the bar of power rather than 60%. But yeah, we've got our second special free here, and the fight is over. This is basically just a case of control return policy so that you don't eat a special free. This next fight is going to be a complete and utter mess. So this is Nick Fury against Spot on node 38, and I think this is probably my first time ever fighting Spot. We couldn't find a duel for him and I don't have him at all in my roster, so I was literally just going off videos for animations. His animations really are all over the place. I activated Power Start 1 there. I don't know what happened. I think I just pressed the special button too early. And yeah, that means that he's going to go untouchable here. Luckily he just sits and holds block, throws random heavy. And now we can actually start the fight properly. He's got back down to 0 spots. We do have this rupture on us, which is going to cause us to glance a bit. However, it didn't glance either of our light ending combos. And here I'm trying to bait out the special 2. Mess up. He gets to a special 3. And yeah, this fight just... yeah. It's a complete mess, but... in my opinion, this is just a really weak placement for a strong defender. Because you can see even with all of these mess-ups, I haven't even lost half of my health in first life yet. Spot is much better on more threatening nodes than this. Because he is a global defender, he's a new champion, and he's got some pretty solid defensive abilities. But yeah, we're just going to need another light ending combo at this point, and he will go down. Not a clean fight, but it's a safe fight, and it's also my last Nick Fury fight, so that health loss just does not matter. Next up is going to be Long Shot on node 39. We're going to be using Dr. Doom. We've got a White Magneto pre-fight, and here you're going to see that ebb and flow bug really come into play, with the special 3 still dealing full damage. So the plan for this fight, if I can intercept before my special 3, I will go for it, but I'm not going to force it. And yeah, basically I'm just going to go special 3, special 1, reparry, medium, triple light, heavy, special 3, special 1, repeat. I'm going to be hitting him predominantly during stuns, so he's not going to gain Pure of Heart that much. Here I think I was like trying to see if I would get an intercept without trying to force it. Didn't really get any opportunity to, so we just start the cycle. Now, one of the annoying parts of using Doom against Longshot, as you can see here, is that his signature ability can just nullify your Fury, turn it into a bad karma. And yeah, that's just going to make this fight a lot longer. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole thing. Special 3, Special 1, get an opening, medium triple, light heavy, repeat. Here again, our Fury gets nullified, so the Special 3 does not do a lot of damage. He's getting close to Pure of Heart, but as long as we hit him during stuns after that, he won't get into it. There we actually don't quite get to Special 3, so we just go for the reparry, go for Special 3 again. Believe this time the Fury does stick. Yeah, the Fury sticks on this one. Special 3 does a bit more damage, 30k instead of, I believe the others were dealing around 18k. And now it's just going to take one more rotation pretty much. Here he does end up getting into Pure of Heart. I believe that was because I didn't land a stun, and instead he went for a heavy attack. Then he did use his Special 1, but we blocked it. And yeah, the fight is now over at this point. The next cycle should finish him off. We don't get our second Fury, unluckily. But yeah, here, just throw a Special 2. Fight is definitely on the longer side, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, so 2 minutes 20 for the fight in total. It's probably not the top counter, but it is relatively safe as long as you know what you're doing. Now my second to last fight of this war is going to be Vision Arcus on node 48 using Dr. Doom. And this fight is just abuse Dr. Doom's SIG 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. Going to be going for Special 3s, Special 1s. I've got Mystic Boost active. It's basically just going to be an absolute ton of power gain. At this point I just need to build up to my Special 3 while I don't have the Unsteady debuff on me. And yeah, the fight might as well be over at this point. Even if somehow I don't get to my Special 3 before my Doom combo ends, and Arcus has a chance to throw his own Special 3, I've got a 33% Special 3 defense boost, and it's also just Doom versus Arcus. Like, it's not going to hit very hard at all. But yeah, that isn't going to come into play in this fight, and yeah, very simple matchup. I believe this Special 3 here will finish him off, or he might need 1 or 2 hits after. And now we're moving on to the final fight of the war, and this is the same fight that I took last war. It is Knull boss with the Brute Force link active, using my rank 4 Symbiote Supreme. Strategy is the same as always. Dex 6 times at the start, then get to your Special 3, cycle Special 2s after that, and yeah. Here we do manage to get the debuff immunity up without messing up, but we are in the corner. I can't evade Knull's heavy in the corner, so we take the last hit of that. But now we've cleared the debuffs, we've regained spacing, and there's not really a whole lot that can go wrong at this point. So I'm going to bait out this Special 2 before I go for my own Special 3. Land a hit there, he gains the buff from Adaptive. We've got our 100 genetic potential, so we're going to get a fair bit of power back after this Special 3. I believe the stagger of that buff from Adaptive did actually count towards our power gain after the Special 3. Now I know Adaptive will trigger another buff, get to our Special 2, that times perfectly with the Corruption timer. Here we get pushed to Special 3, I'm waiting for the Adaptive buff to come back again so that I can refill my genetic potential and get the bar of power after this Special 3. We've got Armor Breaks and the Fury active, so this is going to deal a fair bit of damage, which again is going to give us even more power back. And then we just need to chain a couple Special 2s and the fight will be over. So this war now is pretty much over. I believe we've got one fight, they've got a few more left, and we're up 5-1. So good start to the season for us with 4 wins. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.